Hey guys, welcome to Devlog number 8. This is usually where we would show you everything that the developers have been working on, and this month they've been tinkering with backend improvements like saving systems and optimization, all that extremely important stuff that keeps a video game functioning, but that isn't all that interesting to turn into a video. So we're pivoting to something that we haven't really talked about before, but has become a pretty important part of developing Stay Dead, our community. And actually, my own Stay Dead story started right here. If you caught last month's devlog, you might recognize my voice. If not, hi, I'm Nico. These days, you'll hear me narrating the devlogs and see me hanging around the Stay Dead community. But a few years ago, I was just some random guy wandering around the GDC who happened to stop at the Stay Dead booth. So this month, I'm going to tell you how I went from curious player to joining the rebellion. Title card! Oh, I don't think I'm supposed to say that. The first time I saw Stay Dead was at the GDC in 2024. The booth immediately caught my attention. It was colorful, weird, and completely different from everything else around it. Then I saw zombies fighting little pink and white robots, and I thought, okay, robots versus zombies? We've had plants versus zombies, people versus zombies? Sure, why not? But then the team explained what the game actually was about. The zombies have already survived their apocalypse, they've rebuilt their lives, and created their own community. It was the humans who couldn't let it go. They wanted to cure everyone and turn them human again. And I remember thinking, a reverse zombie apocalypse? That's actually a really cool idea. I was intrigued, but if I'm being completely truthful, there was something else at that booth that caught my attention. The pins. The beautiful, shiny pins. Listen, I'm a gamer. You put stuff for free in front of me, I'm gonna try to get it. And at the Stay Dead booth, there was a prize wheel. You could probably figure out what happened next. My inner gambler woke up, and I spun that wheel, I got my hands on the CureBot pin, and then I discovered I could get another spin if I joined their Discord. The chance to walk away with 2 pins, I couldn't resist. I figured, sure, I'd join, spin the wheel, and that'd probably be it. Turns out the pin may have gotten me into their Discord, but the people actually made me stay. One of the things that stuck with me after GDC was how open everyone was. At the time, I was still learning the ins and outs of game development myself, and I love behind-the-scenes stuff. How things work, why things change, and how something can suddenly break for seemingly no reason. And the Stay Dead team wasn't afraid to show that messy side of making a game. I got to watch them experiment, change things, break things, throw ideas away, and try something else. For someone learning game development at that time, getting to see the process up close was pretty cool, and very insightful on how things are actually created and implemented in a more professional field. Because you start realizing that something can sound really fun on paper and be an absolute nightmare to make, or that a really good idea doesn't always translate into good gameplay. Eventually, the team asked if I'd be interested in playtesting Stay Dead, so obviously I said yes. In fact, I actually ordered a controller off of Amazon specifically so I could play the demo. So yeah, I might have been slightly invested at that point. My first official playtest was kind of terrifying though. I logged in from my dorm, and I discovered that a good portion of the Stay Dead team would be sitting on a video call while watching me play. Yeah, no pressure. One of the biggest things I noticed was how differently the game played. When I first tried Stay Dead, you controlled the whole family together in a snake-like formation. Now I was controlling one character. And honestly, I kind of missed having the whole family together. That was one of the things that drew me to the game in the first place, but I also understand why it changed. With the whole family, I'd pick whoever I liked best, and everyone else sort of felt like characters trailing behind me. Playing as one at a time gave each family member more room to actually feel like their own character, with their own personality and playstyle. So I started giving feedback. A lot of feedback. And eventually they sent me the demo so I could keep testing on my own. I recorded another playthrough, started timestamping bugs, and added input capture so the developers could see exactly what I was pressing when I broke something. And then I did another playthrough specifically to see just how much I could break. And eventually, I broke out of the demo, like actually out of it. I escaped the playable area and somehow wandered into parts of the game I definitely was not supposed to see. Oops. Apparently, the team saw all of this and thought, yeah, we should keep inviting this person back. And they did. I kept playtesting, kept hanging around the Discord, and eventually they even asked me to start narrating these devlogs. So somehow I've gone from being the guy breaking Stay Dead to being the guy talking to all of you about Stay Dead. But that's also what I love about this community. The team genuinely wants people to get involved. If you're learning game development like I was when I first joined, this is a pretty cool place to peek behind the curtain. You can see unfinished builds, ask questions, give feedback, throw an idea into the mix, and we'll have more opportunities to jump into playtests and actually help us break this thing. Or you can just hang around and talk games. And if nobody from the team is around, don't worry, Will is. Will is always there, lying in wait, ready to respond to whatever you just posted. It's pretty cool to think about how all this started just because I wanted another spin on the prize wheel that turned into playtesting Stay Dead, breaking Stay Dead, narrating videos about Stay Dead, and now I get to be a part of whatever happens next. That's probably what I'm most excited about. I may not know exactly where Stay Dead is going to end up, but there's still so much we're figuring out, and that's kind of what makes following the journey so much fun. I've gotten to watch it unfold for the past few years, and now I get to share that journey with you guys. So come hang out, give us your ideas, break our game, say hi to Will, get infected. Oh, and if someone offers you a free pin, watch out. That's how they get you. All right, everybody, stay dead.